Good Friday morning, everybody. TGIF. Welcome to Sunrise Extra. Drew and Nina are enjoying an extended spring break. So Morgan Romero is here, and we have a very special guest on Sunrise Extra because we're talking about Multnomah Falls and the restaurant up there in the Gorge reopening today, which is cool. Chris Willis, our former KGW anchor and friend, is the GM up at the Lodge, and he's joining us to talk more about it. Chris, how the heck are you?
Really, really good. And good to see everybody again, too. I'm excited to
I like
say hi
the
to Red, too,
beard.
Yeah. Can I see some, I need some ID. Can I see some ID?
I didn't even recognize him.
Yeah. I don't wear the makeup anymore, I'll tell you that. And I haven't had a tie on in over a year, so.
Oh, you're making I know Rodney jealous and all the other guys who work in the newsroom. That's what they want to dress like. Glasses, cap, no shaving. Okay, but let's get to why you are here, my friend. You got to fill us in on what's happening up there at the Lodge.
It is exciting. It's great because it's exciting on many levels, but it's exciting because it's the People's Falls. You know, it's such a treasure out in the Gorge and such a wonderful place to be all the time. And it was a year ago, Tuesday, that we got word the state was closing the restaurant, and it's been a long haul ever since. We did a little grab and go menu during the last year that lasted just a little while because people were, coming out, and we wanted to provide safely some options for lunch and stuff. But it's been a year of closure, so we are finally, we waited until the governor and everybody else said it was okay to go to 50% capacity or 100 people in the dining room. And as soon as she did, it was at 25% for a while capacity, and we could make that work. But 50%, we thought that'd be great. So we made the decision, and we're really excited about it. Opening today, opening in 2 hours.
Is everything open? Because I know you have the gift shop. You have the outdoor little spot where I can get a latte and usually a baked good of some sort. Is everything now open or no?
That's the great news. Everything is open.
Okay.
And here's what's great for people coming out. The Benson Bridge is open.
Oh, wow.
The trails are open.
Yeah.
Eagle Creek and some of those, check for information, but the trails at Multnomah Falls are open, and you can go up and connect and make the loop up there. So this is the first time in a long time that everything is open, and the snack bar opens this morning at 10 o'clock. Of course, you could come out and the espresso shack is open to grab a coffee in Danish, and the gift shop is open. It's been a long haul. A lot of them we've maintained the coffee and the gift shop through a lot of this, but today's the first day in a long time that everything will be open, including the Benson Bridge and the trails. The Benson Bridge is so wonderful too, and hiking all the way up to the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
And you guys, like you said, you were doing 25% capacity, and now you're at 50% capacity. How has that impacted kind of your bottom line? That's tough.
Yeah, we didn't bother with 25%. We've been closed, and you just can't make that work because there's, takeout and those kind of things out in the middle of the Gorge is a tough haul for us. So we waited for Governor Brown to announce 50% capacity, and our capacity's, large in that big lodge, or 100% or 100 people rather. So she made that announcement Tuesday before last, and we decided, okay, and then you got to scramble, then you've got to get everybody back. You got to, we've kept managers and people on during this pandemic, which has been a tough go too. But when we were ready to go ahead and make the decision to open the dining room, the new menu came, and we put a new one together.
That's what I wanted to ask you about.
Everybody
because
rallied,
didn't I hear you say that there was a new menu, and it's been a long time since I've been up there. So tell us what's on the menu.
Yeah, I like the old menu, by the way. But
I was just going to say two things in that question. Number one, why has it been a long time since you've been up there, Brenda? Let's go. I expect to see you this weekend. But yeah, I know, right? Everybody. It's still Northwest cuisine. You can still get the baked, the wild Alaskan salmon. You can still get the rainbow trout and stuffed mushrooms, but you can get the Falls burger, and all those traditional items on the menu that you used to are still there. But we didn't want to do a 50% menu. We decided to go full in, and if we're going to open, let's open to a wonderful menu. And our kitchen team put together a really good one, and we're really excited about it. so everything can get. And then, you know, a little sidebar here. Rod Hill's one of just a few people who's on the free ice cream cone list.
What? Excuse me?
How did you get that?
He's one of, you know, one in the last few decades, but it was because of a special forecast. I remember calling him one time with the snow was about to hit and we needed it, and he gave me just such an accurate, this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen in the gorge. This is when what elevation the snow's going to fall. I said, okay, well, that's the free ice cream cone.
I'm curious, so what type of weather information would you need for me to be on the free rainbow trout list?
Yeah, that'd be a tough one. It was funny because the weather that we just had, it was kind of not really a blessing in disguise, but there are a couple things over the last year that have happened that have worked out that people weren't out there.
Yeah.
You know, the big snowfall. I got stuck out at the lodge for 3 days.
Seriously?
Oh, wow.
I-84 was closed.
Yeah.
And the snow came in and we got about 3 feet, give or take. And then the snow drifts created these big, huge snow piles in front of the lodge, couldn't get in or out. And they had 84 closed. So it was a long 3 days of
You were
pulling down
like
the fort
Jack
out there.
Nicholson in The Shining.
It was a little bit like that, yeah. But it was, you know, again, it's so great. I was able to see the falls in, you know, no one could get out there. So I trekked it and got up and saw the ice forming, and it was really spectacular. So it's great to see. And, you know, now the weather is turning to such a great time to come out there and see the waterfall.
Yeah. So tell us just a little bit about the trails, because you mentioned that they were open, but you've got some limits on the number of people, or how does all that work if people are going to drive up and want to go up to the top?
Yeah, it's very important to us that we're reopening the restaurant. The restaurant opens at 9 o'clock this morning, snack bars, but we're not relaxing any guidelines whatsoever. You know, it's a real important task to maintain all these safety protocols, because we operate with the U.S. Forest Service, who is a wonderful partner. We operate through the state of Oregon, Multnomah County. So the guidelines are still there. A lot of places with separate entrances and exits, hand sanitizing stations everywhere. Everybody is required with a mask inside and outside unless you're eating. And that said, on the trails, it's 6 feet. Social distancing is pretty easy to do if you can get up there, and so the trails are open. The old highway that runs, Old Highway 30, the historic highway that runs right in front of the lodge, is still closed because of the landslides they had. Right. And
oh, wow.
ODOT's done a wonderful job maintaining the safety of that, and so it's probably not going to be long, at least until that's open. So when you do come out, it's always important to use exit 31 off of Interstate 84, you know, the big Multnomah Falls exit. And I can't emphasize enough, tripcheck.com has a live camera of that parking lot. So if you're worried about what parking is going to be like out there, just go to TripCheck and you can see the live stream camera there and parking available, and come out and have a great time.
Oh, Chris, you may have mentioned it, and if you did, I apologize, but reservations, yes, no?
Love them, yeah, and that's exciting. We already have some. We've had them all week. People that come out to see the waterfall and grab a coffee and stuff, it's always, when's the restaurant going to open? When's the restaurant going to reopen? So we've gotten a few reservations this week already. You don't need them, of course. It's your lodge, it's your falls, so we love it when people walk in and dine with us. But they certainly, you can do it through Open Table. It's if making reservations is easier for you. We like to take them that way, get an idea of how full the dining room is going to be.
Yeah,
but on our
makes
website,
sense.
on Open Table, you could call the number and at the lodge and still make reservations. So.
Okay, I want an update on you, because people are weighing in and you know, saying different things like, oh, he looks so different. So people know you in your suit and clean shaven and anchoring the 4 o'clock with Kathy Marshall, and you were a rock star of a reporter out there when we did extended coverage on everything from tornadoes to, I mean, you name it, just the consummate journalist. So what is it like for you now? Like, what are you up to? I know you've got did I hear you say you have a teenager now at home? And what's your average day like as a GM?
Oh boy.
I got 4 of them.
Wow.
So,
4.
I wish we could pull up a picture of Willis from back in the day.
yeah, you might not want to see that. It's wonderful. Actually, I loved, I spent 27 years doing news all over the country and loved it. But it's nice to, work now out at Multnomah Falls, and everybody's happy to be there, and it's such a wonderful place. And so our day, with homeschooling, or not homeschooling, but the online learning now and the hybrid model they're using, we have school all day, in the Willis household. So it's getting the kids through school, and then,
What are their
we just take care
ages?
They eat like crazy too. They're 14 or 2 15-year-olds, or 2 12-year-olds. So, yeah, they got their driver's permit. So anytime we go anywhere, they want to drive, and it's wonderful and fun, and it's great. It's neat because Multnomah Falls Lodge has been a family-owned business for generations, and I don't know if people really know that the U.S. Forest Service runs Multnomah Falls and the 300 acres there, and they do such a wonderful job. But the concessionaire is family owned and has been family owned for 4 decades.
Say more about that. I don't think people know about that.
Yeah.
It's family owned.
Yeah, Harold Buck back in the day. In fact, the breakfast menu has some Harold Buck specialties on there. Back in the 70s, and then in the 80s, and then it's always been run by the Buck family. Not always, but at least for the last 4 generations and about 4 decades. So it's nice that way because when you're a small business and a family-owned business, it was a tough haul this last year. There were decisions that had to be made that were tough, and certainly not just for us, for anybody who not just is in the restaurant business or hospitality at all, but just during COVID has been a tough go sometimes. And with the family-owned business and years and years and years of dealing with, a lot of our employees have been there 20 years, and it gave us a great perspective on how to really not just take care of the lodge and the integrity of the falls and that kind of thing, but as, our family and the people that work with us. So it's great. I can't tell you how great it is to have them back. We had the kitchen staff was back on Monday getting everything ready and the kitchen ready, and then the servers came in and the snack bar came in, and just to have the lodge hopping again because it's been empty for so long, it's really wonderful.
I will say, my family, we've been out there for Mother's Day brunch in the past. We really enjoy it. And if you don't know, A, it's a beautiful dining room.
Yeah, it is.
And B, the food is good. It's not just a throwaway, there's a restaurant here at Multnomah Falls. No, it is a really nice spot, worth the time to drive out and enjoy having dinner, breakfast, or what have you. It really is.
Yeah, I appreciate you saying that because it's a lot of time goes into that restaurant. And you're right, it's very important to the lodge and the tradition of it to make sure people come out and have fresh seafood, have fresh everything. And it really is. Yeah, it's a lot of especially with this new menu, which is on our website now. If you want to go look at it, it's. I think it's going to be a great dining experience for everybody. It's a neat place.
So, Chris, as you're talking about the lodge, our producer and our director have been furiously running around and finding some vintage Willis clips.
No, they have not.
Oh, yeah, they have.
Oh, this is going to be great.
Yeah, they have.
Oh, look at Kathy and Chris.
See that beautiful family, Mr. Willis.
Isn't that great?
And I say, cheers to you for doing that. Just like your mother-in-law said. Cheers, job well done.
I and Jill and the kids are over in Idaho, so that was nice to get that too.
So what's next?
Somebody woke up Austin from the Fortnite or something to send a message. Austin, turn off the Fortnite. And Nicholas, it'll be great. I've been doing this. I'm an old man, 27 years I've been doing this. It'd just be great to be at home when the bus comes home and coach the kids' teams. And, I love journalism and I love KGW, no question. But I love being a dad just a little bit more lately.
Think of you every time I walk a city sidewalk.
Right. Some of those stories were a lot of fun, so thank you.
Chris, when was that? I could not remember. 2020 felt like 10 years, so my time is all askew. But when did you leave?
I knew you were going to ask that. I think it was August of 19.
Yeah.
Can we show
2019.
one more thing? Because this is
Yeah,
my favorite.
please.
We have your picture still hanging in the control room at KGW. Director
No.
Brian.
Yeah, now that I'm gone, it's easy to make fun of me back there.
We wouldn't do it to your
You
face.
have to show, they got a screen cap of it. Okay, we don't have it. Hold on. I have it here.
Oh my God.
You ready?
Let me see this.
Let's
Can we
see.
zoom in? Is there a way to zoom
I'm
in?
going to turn it over here to camera 3. And it says, I'm kind of a big deal. Hashtag
I didn't-
ratings king.
The anchorman.
Just so you know, I didn't make that. People made that to make fun of
And
me.
it's signed. Oh, that was my favorite. You were hilarious.
The one and only.
When you're the butt of many jokes, it's easy to do. Now, it's still hanging in there. That's what's scary. People
Yeah.
still having a good time at my expense.
Chris, I'm curious. We were driving through the Gorge last weekend and you guys were packed. Has it kind of ebbed and flowed? Has it picked up more lately?
Yeah, you know, as the weather changes, you know, people love to be outside. And I think that's the other thing. Safety precautions are so important out there. And the times that we have been open and with Espresso always being open and people coming out, we haven't had any, knock on wood, problems. We've,
Wow.
I think, done a good job of, and it's very important to maintain these guidelines because they're in place for a reason from the state of Oregon, from Multnomah County, and from the CDC and the U.S. Forest Service. That you can maintain. It's a big property. You can maintain the social distancing. The hand sanitizing stations take advantage of the masks. You know, we have the custom Multnomah Falls masks that people can get, and so yes, Morgan, it has been busier and flowed a little bit, and it's going to continue to flow now as the weather increases and improves. And Rod was saying that Easter brunch or Mother's Day brunch, those are right around the corner. So we've got to get busy with those too. We wanted to get open first, but I anticipate with spring break and in Oregon and Washington, and then the beautiful weather coming, that we'll probably expand and go to our summer hours for dinner in the lodge in a short period of time.
Question
So,
is, I
Chris-
can't remember. I'm sorry.
no, go ahead,
Do you
Rod.
guys have thin sliced bacon or thick sliced?
Rod's
pepper
still
bacon?
on the food. He's on the food.
We'll bring you any kind of bacon you want.
So, Chris, one of our regulars on the stream, Jeff Lucas, good morning to you, by the way. Jeff, he wants to know who's the chef at the lodge.
Sergio is our chef, and we have we've had a lot of people that have been there a while. When we brought the kitchen staff back, it was there's the people that have been there so long and do such a wonderful job. So the great thing is you don't start from scratch. Sergio designed our menu for us and with input from everybody, and it's not difficult. It's because they've been there so long, and it's just easy to it'll be easy to open today without having to worry about the talent and the skills of anybody in the kitchen, because they're just so talented and skilled. They've been there so long, so nothing on the menu is going to surprise anybody in the kitchen.
You're getting some great feedback. Can I just read a couple real quick from the stream?
Okay.
Sheila Speck says, nice to see Chris Willis again. Can't wait to get back to Multnomah Falls and eat. Tim says that he's about 18 minutes from the lodge. Let's see. Christy Shirk says, oh my gosh, he's changed. I didn't recognize him. I think you look, my friend, more relaxed than I have ever seen you before. This
That's kind of my goal, is
post-TV
just
life agrees with you.
Yeah.
Post-TV pandemic
And
life.
when I left KGW, I thought it would be, let me just kind of ease into a little semi-retirement, and COVID happened and the lodge, it was a long haul. So it's been a lot of work and yet a lot of fun.
One thing we want to bring up, there's a new light that was installed. Tell us about that.
Isn't that cool? Take a look at that. It's there's always been a spotlight down at the base of the falls. And back in the day, people used to go up on the bridge and try to hit it with rocks and stuff. And so it's been out. It's been out for several years. And during the closure of the restaurant, the integrity of the lodge is very important to everybody out there, especially the Forest Service and Multnomah Falls Company. And so we decided to replace the spotlight down there after it's been out for probably 15 years. 15 years. And so we replaced it, and it comes on when the sun goes down and it shuts off when the sun comes up. So when you come out to see the falls and come out for dinner and that kind of thing, and it gets dark, now you're going to be able to get the selfies and the pictures. And it really is spectacular because you can see it from Interstate 84. It lights up the bottom of the Benson Bridge and the platform up there without being too much. That was our concern, is it might be a little too much for a light up there. But since there's always been one and it's been out for so long, we decided now we've got some time. Let's replace it. It's really, I will tell you, it's really spectacular. That's a neat addition that we were able to make that makes a lot of difference at night. The falls at night is really cool.
Do you ever get sick of it? I wouldn't. I mean, it's magnificent.
It was, yeah, it really is. And you know, there was a time when we had an 8-foot cyclone fence around the lodge when we were closed down. There was nobody coming out there. And so I still had to go to work. So I would take my computer and my chair up to the platform.
Oh, wow.
And just sit and get work done and feel the mist a little bit, and the bald eagle comes in.
Oh
and,
my gosh.
You know, it really is a wonderful place. And that's a testament to the United States Forest Service and the people that work out there diligently on maintaining the integrity of the falls and the trails and the cleanliness of it and the plaza. And you know, people don't take that lightly out there, and that's why it's so magnificent. Is it's 11 switchbacks to hike to the very top of the falls.
Yeah.
And you know, with a lot of rain and nobody out there and overgrowth, and you know, it's been really important to maintain all that. So that's one of the reasons why they do such a great job out there.
Yeah, bravo to them.
Yeah.
So Chris Willis, it's 7:25 right now. We're going to have to let you scoot. We've got a Today Show cut in, and I know you've got about 90 minutes, and then at 9 o'clock this morning, everything comes up. We wish you much success. Chris
Thank you
Willis,
very much.
the GM up at Multnomah Falls Lodge. Take care,
to
my
see
friend.
everybody.
Bye, Chris.
Thank you
Good to
so
see you,
much.
Chris.
Bye-bye.